Right, Garrett?
Oh, yes.
Ben Hartley, Arizona Territory.
Hi, we don't see many U.S. Marshals here in Lincoln.
Oh, just routine business, Sheriff. I've got a warrant and extradition papers here for a killer. Since I can't make the arrest outside of my territory, I'll need you to handle that part of it. I'd like to wash off some of this dust.
That's the basin right over there. I'll be glad to help you any way I can. You sure the man you're after is here in Lincoln?
Yeah, we've got a noose waiting for him in Prescott. What's wrong? His papers are in order, aren't they?
Oh, the papers. Marshal, you sure about this?
Well, I'm not the kind that goes off half-cocked. I've got him listed by every name he's been known to use. Henry Hanson, alias Henry McCarthy, alias William H. Bonney, alias Billy the Kid. There's no mistake. Why, do you know him?
Many ballads of bad men, of their deeds and daring we sing, but none were as bad as young Billy, that boy bandit king. They say Billy knew every maiden, yeah, from Kansas to old Mexico. His only love was Rosita, the only true love he would know.
Belito, you just stopped. Finish the song.
That's all there is to it, Rita.
But it has no ending.
Yeah, well, a friend of mine wrote it for me, Rita. He said he'd finish it as soon as he heard whether or not I got shot or hung.
Don't say such things, Belito. I worry about you so much, mi amado.
Oh, no, Rita, it's, I'll probably die in bed of old age or something. Of course, I wouldn't put much of a kick on the end of that song, would it?
Play something happy now.
Oh, no. Listen, I'm all played out. Besides, Juan here wants his guitar back, don't you?
Yeah. Then will you dance with me?
Sure. Hey, say, Patrick.
Billy, I want to talk to you.
Yeah, pull over a chair. Did you ever bring a drink over here?
No, thanks, Billy. Never mind. This is United States Marshal Ben Hartley.
No way.
He's got a warrant for your arrest.
Arrest for what?
Keep your hand away from that gun. Take his gun, Garrett.
I'm handling this arrest, Hartley.
And take off your gloves and do it.
Take it easy. Warrant charges you with the murder of one James Reynolds in Prescott, Territory of Arizona, last April 12th. You're under arrest.
I never murdered anybody.
You were in Prescott last April?
China took a herd of cattle down there for Tundle. I was in the shooting. But it wasn't murder, Patrick.
Hand over your gun, Billy.
The trigger-happy kid came gunning for me, Patrick. I didn't want to kill him. There were witnesses. It was self-defense. It was all cleared up down there.
The gun.
I ought to see if you could take it from me, Patrick. But I don't want to hurt any of my friends around here.
The Derringer.
You know most of my tricks, don't you, Patrick? But you don't know all of them.
Let's go.
I still a little way to go, Amado Mia.
Belito.
Stay away from him and no tricks.
Get your hands off of her.
Billy, leave the girl alone.
I know her kind. She'd slip a knife if she could.
See, if he would use it on you.
You'll never get the chance.
I'm not Billy's only friend. Perhaps you will never leave town with him.
Rita, I wouldn't want to lock you up for threatening an officer. Let's get out of here before we have any more trouble. Come on, Billy.
How long do I stay pinned up in here?
Overnight? You'll head for Prescott with the marshal in the morning. You're his prisoner now.
Well, just like that, you got to wash your hands of the whole deal?
Billy, he's got a warrant and extradition papers. They're legal. I checked them. He couldn't make the arrest in this county, so I had to, whether I liked it or not.
I didn't like it either.
You said you had witnesses. They'll clear you.
Well, they did clear me, Patrick. How am I going to know where they are by now?
The judge will have him brought in for the trial.
Thanks for locking him up for me.
Not intending to use those.
I've heard plenty about this kid and his jailbreaking tricks. This'll keep him right where I want him.
You won't need him tonight.
I didn't ask for your advice, Garrett. He's my prisoner. Sit
I'll
down.
take the responsibility for him.
It's not yours to take. I'll do my job my way.
You got different ideas about enforcing the law.
Yeah?
Some folks forget their friends quick than others, don't they, Patrick?
Garrett, I don't think there's any reason for trouble between us.
That's up to you.
I'm just doing my job.
You're just making it harder for yourself. You keep pushing Billy into a corner, he'll fight you all the way to Prescott.
That's supposed to worry me.
Oh, I'm not trying to worry you. I'm just telling you I know him.
Well, I know him better than you think. I've seen plenty of them just like him. Every one of them rotten, dirty little killers.
Yeah, I've seen that kind, too. But I don't think Billy's one of them.
I know his record. I suppose you're going to tell me that he's just never had a chance to stay right with the law. The breaks go against him.
Yeah, there could be something to that.
Well, I let that kind of thinking to preachers and old women. I've worn a badge for better than 20 years. No matter how you treat them, little rattlesnakes just turn into big rattlesnakes. I don't give them a chance. You better learn that.
Hardly, I'm talking about a human being. You can treat snakes any way you want to.
He shot a man in the back in cold blood. That's not a human being to
The
me.
warrant says suspicion of murder. What makes you so certain Billy's guilty? Did you see him do it?
You're wasting my time, Garrett. I didn't ride out here just to argue with you. Well, I'll sleep here tonight. Make sure he's still here in the morning.
You don't have to worry about that.
I don't know. He's got a lot of friends in this town, including the sheriff.
Don't say any more, Hartley.
I don't need to. Now, Garrett, you tell his friends I always shoot to kill.
Tell him yourself. I've got business of my own.
Pull out your hands. I mean what I say. Pretty tight, huh? Better quit trying to work them off. You rubbed yourself raw already.
Passes the time.
What would you do if you got loose? You'd have to kill me to get away.
Yeah.
You'd be looking for the break all the way to Prescott. You won't. You think you're hard? Well, I'll bust you wide open if you even look sideways on that trail. You think about that, kid.
I'm gonna kill you sometime, Hartley.
You won't pull a gun with that hand for a while. Now I don't have to worry about my back.
You just remember what I told you, Hartley.
You got a hard head, kid. But I got time to learn you. Leave her alone. You stay out of this, Garrett. I'll kill this rotten little back shooter.
What are you doing in the cell?
I don't have to answer to you. He's my prisoner. You no authority.
As long as he's in this jail, I do.
Well, he'll be out in the morning.
You came up here to goad him. Why?
Think whatever you want to, right up to the time I take him out of here.
You aren't leaving here in the morning.
You can't stop me.
Maybe I already have.
You've got to release him to me. You saw the papers. You've no choice.
We'll find out about that tomorrow. I've wired the authorities in Prescott for information on you and the shooting.
You really take care of your pal, don't you?
Hartley, I wouldn't care who you'd come after. You act like you have a personal stake in this, and maybe that telegram will tell me what it is.
You want to know my personal stake in this, Garrett? There happened to be a 14-year-old girl who got in the way the day these two pieces of dirt started blazing at each other. She caught a stray bullet. She wasn't lucky enough to die right off. She held on for nearly a month. When I heard about it, I rode halfway across the territory. I got there just in time to have her die in my arms. She was my daughter. Hartley, where you going? I'm taking my prisoner out of here.
Hartley, this telegram came from the mayor of Prescott. You don't stand a chance of convicting Billy for shooting Reynolds, do you?
There's a chance.
The mayor says that all the witnesses swore Billy was forced into that shootout. It was self-defense.
Self-defense. My daughter's dead. Do you understand that, Garrett?
I understand. But maybe you're not even taking him in for trial. You could be using that warrant to get him alone on the trail to Prescott and put a bullet in him.
I wouldn't do that unless he tried to escape.
And you could make sure he tried. Hartley, I understand how you feel about your daughter. But nothing anybody can say could possibly change that. It was an accident. According to the mayor, nobody knew that she'd been shot until hours after the gunplay.
Yeah, that's right. She laid in the dirt in an alleyway until they found her.
But you don't even know whose gun fired that stray bullet. There's at least an even chance that Billy didn't fire it.
There's an even chance that he did. I'm through talking, Garrett.
Hartley, I'm not standing by while you commit legal murder. You're not leaving here with Billy.
Don't bluff me, Garrett. You can't stop me, and you know it. That warrant is legal. And there's not a judge in the territory that set aside extradition papers signed by the governor. Not without proof of what I intend to do. And nobody can prove that but me. But you've already found that out. You must have seen a judge this morning. And your opinion don't prove a thing. Is that what he told you? Unless you want to use that gun, don't try stopping me.
Billy's horse is outside. You're not letting the gringo take him away.
I'm sorry.
But he's your friend. Belito, is he an animal that you should chain him? Your friend?
What's the girl doing here? Tell her to get out.
She stays. She came to tell him goodbye.
And get it over with, girl. And keep in mind, if you try anything, I'll pull this trigger.
Oh, Belito.
Rita, there's nothing you can do here. Now you just say goodbye and go on home.
No, mi corazón. Let me hold you.
Rita.
I won't let you
Do
go.
what I tell you to do, Rita. Hasta luego, amado mío.
Until we meet again. Vaya con Dios.
You go on. You'll be all right.
Better say goodbye to your pal, Garrett.
Not a chance. I'm riding with you.
It's a 2-day ride to the Lincoln County line. If you want to go that far, I'm not the one to stop you. Might be a good man to have around, just in case any of his friends got ideas about getting him loose. Hold it. I'll spell the horses.
I need it.
You've set too fast a pace for country like this.
I didn't ask you to come along, Garrett.
Can't wait to hit the county line and get rid of you, Patrick. What's the matter, Marshal? Afraid you can't wait till then? Afraid you're going to shoot me in front of a witness here?
Tommy!
Just remember, Garrett, anything happens to this kid, it's just your word against mine.
Don't ever try to get between him and me, Patrick. I wouldn't want you hurt when I kill him. Marshal? I don't know if it'll make any difference, but the first I heard about the girl, I mean your daughter, was from Patrick today. I'd say I was sorry if I was the one that caused her to die. I guess my being sorry doesn't mean much to you, does it, Marshal? But I never saw a girl near there when that other fella came gunning for me. I swear I didn't. Don't get me wrong. I ain't begging or anything. I just telling you. You believe what you want to believe.
You didn't see her. That makes it all right. I've seen your kind all my life. Thieving, murderous killers. All that matters to you is a gun and a reputation. You don't know what it is to feel or to love. You're not men, you're monsters. How many others have you gunned down? How many times have you seen what a .44 slug does when it tears through flesh and bone? What do you think it did to a 14-year-old girl? Or is that no different from any of your other kills?
You said a .44 slug? You sure that's what it was? You saw the gun I took from Billy. It's the only one he owned. It's a Lightning model Colt. Practically every man on the frontier carries a single-action .44. That's not good enough for Billy. His is a double-action caliber .41. You can't fire a .44 slug from a .41 gun. The bullet that killed your daughter couldn't have been fired by Billy.
Maybe. You could be lying about the gun he owns.
I could be. Why should I bother?
But even if you aren't, what does that change? She'd still be alive if it weren't for animals like him and that other killer. The other one's dead. He's still alive. With an early start in the morning, we can reach the county line by noon. Bye, Garrett.
You wish me luck, Patrick.
You'd shoot him before you'd ride another mile. I'm not turning back, Hartley.
You know you've got no authority outside of Lincoln County.
That's right. I'm a private citizen. You get to Prescott, Billy. I'll see to that.
All right, Garrett, I can't stop you. Hand over your gun. As a private citizen, you'll ride unarmed. Right ahead of me.
Drink.
I'll take care of it.
He's unarmed. You shoot him, you hang for murder.
Why'd you let him get it?
Why? Because any law man knows the best way to bring a prisoner in is alive. And any good lawman wouldn't be fool enough to take a chance like that. You knew he'd make a try for your gun. Only you unloaded it first. Well, my gun was very handy on your saddle horn.
Get him on his horse.
You haven't eaten anything, Hartley?
Not hungry.
Long day's ride tomorrow. It's our last camp before we reach Prescott.
If I take him into town, they'll turn him loose. They'll let this murderer go free.
Hartley, you're gonna have to kill me, too. I'd be the witness that'll get you hanged.
I thought about that. Doesn't matter if I hang.
You get out of this.
Hartley, you've been wearing that badge for 20 years. The law must have meant something to you. You wouldn't have stayed with it so long. I don't think you're just another killer hiding behind a law badge. You want your gun back? You want to keep him in those irons?
Gonna be all right?
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be all right.